In our day-to-day life, we observe a lot of changes. Some of them are physical, some of them are chemical, some of them are periodic, some of them are non-periodic, and so on. When we try to drink this smoothie, you will observe the taste of strawberry is there, taste of milk is there, taste of sugar is there, taste of banana if you are using banana over here, taste of banana is also there. Now, with the help of crystallization, we can get back our crystals. Now, for example, we have the sugar solution. We have the sugar crystals. Now, we are adding those sugar crystals into the water to make a sugar solution. Now, in that sugar solution, you can't observe those sugar crystals. Hello students, welcome to this amazing session of chemical reactions and equations. We all know chemistry is the branch of science that deals with the properties and composition of matter, and of course the changes that matter involves due to different interactions. Now if we talk about the chemical compound formed as a result of a chemical change. Wait, let's get stuck to this word change. Actually, change is the law of nature. In our day-to-day life, we observe a lot of changes. Some of them are physical, some of them are chemical, some of them are periodic, some of them are non-periodic, and so on. For example, burning, melting, cooking, and so on. They all are examples of changes. Now, changes occur to attain stability. Majorly, if we talk about the change, we can classify this change into two main categories, that is our physical change and our chemical change. If we look here, if we are cutting the paper, we are just cutting the paper. No new formation, no new substance is getting formed over here. That means we are talking about physical change. Now, if we are burning this paper, and upon burning, we know a new substance will form, that is our ash. So, that type of change means we are talking about burning right now. So, burning is an example of chemical change. Let's understand these changes in detail. First of all, here we have physical change. Now, what is physical change? The key point that we need to remember here in this physical change is that no new substance will form during this kind of change. Okay, let's define this physical change over here. Now, this change is a change which alters some specific property of the substance. Here, the meaning of specific property means we are talking about physical properties of a substance. Like here we have shape, size, state, color. They all are physical properties of the substance. So, a change which alters some physical property, or we can say some specific property of matter. Of course, we are dealing with the matter in our chemistry. Chemistry is all about the matter and its interaction with energy, right? So, this is a change which alters some physical properties of the matter without any change in the composition of the molecule. Here, composition should remain same. If the composition of the substance is changing, that means you are not talking about the physical change. So, if we are dealing with the physical change, composition of the substance should remain same. If we are talking about freezing of water, upon freezing, still it is water only. So, no change in the composition is there. That means we are dealing with which type of change? Physical change, because we are altering only physical properties of the substance. Still confused? Here we have few examples of the physical change. Here we have glowing of an electric bulb. When we switch on the bulb, what will happen? It glows. That means no new substance is getting formed in this change. So, yes, we can say glowing of an electric bulb is an example of physical change. Okay, let's look at this example. Melting of an ice. If we keep out the ice from the refrigerator, it will absorb heat and turn into the water. Wait, what is the formula for water? H2O, but in the liquid state. What is the formula for ice? H2O, but that is in the solid state. So still, the molecular composition is same, only the change is in the physical state. We can write here our example. Suppose I am talking about ice right now. So the formula will be H2O only, but it is in the solid form. Now, if you are providing heat, this is our ice. If you are providing heat, right? Now, on providing heat, what will happen? It will turn into the water. That is again our H2O, but it is in the liquid form. So, can you see there is no change in the molecular composition, only physical property of the substance is getting changed. So, this is an example of a physical change. Okay, here we have the characteristics of the physical change. How to determine or how to identify whether this change is physical or not. So, here we have first important characteristics that says no new substance are formed during this type of change. No new substances are forming. That means composition of the substance remains same in this particular change. Physical changes can be generally reversed. Now, here we have written word generally. That means we are not saying all the physical changes are reversible. Yes, generally we can say Physical changes are reversible. Now, reversible means what? Suppose we are talking about melting of ice. If you keep ice out of the refrigerator for some time, it will melt. Now, just let's take our water again and keep that water into the refrigerator. So, you will notice now again we are getting our ice back. So, that kind of change is a reversible, and of course it is a physical change. So this is one more characteristics of the physical changes. Next, only a little heat, if any, this point is important over here, is absorbed or given off during the physical change. Now during the physical change, like breaking of glass, is there any role of heat? Whether the heat is released by the system or the system is absorbing some heat energy? Of course not. So in physical change, it is not compulsory that there is any role of heat. Sometimes the role of heat will be there. For example, again we are taking melting of ice. In the melting of ice, the role of heat is there. Actually, ice is absorbing heat from the surrounding, then it will turn into the water. If you are keeping the water into the refrigerator, what water is doing? Releasing some heat energy, then it will convert into the ice. So role of heat is there, but not in all the cases of physical changes. Easy. Okay, let's take another characteristic of the physical changes. Physical properties will change in case of physical changes. Only physical properties will change over here. No chemical property will change in the case of physical changes. Physical properties, we can say state, shape, size, color, etc. They all are physical properties of the substance. Now let's take few more examples of these physical changes. Here we have dewdrops condensing on a leaf at dawn. Now these dewdrops, they all are examples of physical changes. No new substance is forming over here. Physical change. Okay, next we have precipitation. Precipitation can be in the any form, rainfall, hail, snow, etc. So now how this precipitation occurs? This is all result of our water cycle. Our water that is present in our oceans, or we can say sea or rivers, evaporates, then condense to form clouds, and then we are getting our water back on our earth with the help of precipitation. So no new substance is forming over here. Still this is our water, still this is our H2O only. So this is a physical change. Okay, now next we have the interesting one, grinding a fruit to pulp in a mixer. Now when we try to make a milkshake or smoothie, suppose here we are having strawberries, milk and sugar and so on. When we try to drink this smoothie, you will observe the taste of strawberry is there, taste of milk is there, taste of sugar is there, taste of banana, if you are using banana over here, taste of banana is also there. That means only shape and size of all the substances are changing, but no new substance is getting formed over here. So this is also an example of what? Physical changes. In all these examples, no new composition or no new substance is forming. So that is why they all can be considered as the example of what? Physical changes. Easy? Okay. Now let's talk about the chemical changes. Now in the chemical changes, physical properties can change. Along with the physical properties, chemical properties will also change here in this case. A change which alters the specific property. Now here specific properties means we are talking about the chemical properties of the substance by bringing about a change in its molecular composition. This is something important over here. Molecular composition of the substance changes followed by a change in its state. Now state, it is an example of physical property. So yes, we can say in the chemical changes, chemical properties of the substance changes, along with the chemical property, few physical properties of the substance also changes. For example, here we have digestion of food. Digestion of food. Can you get back this food again? Of course not. In the same form? Not at all. So this is an example of chemical change because formation of new substance is taking place in our stomach. So next we have rusting of iron. Now rusted iron. From the rusted iron, can you get back your original iron? Of course not. So this is also an example of what? Chemical change. Why? Actually a chemical reaction is there which is responsible for this particular chemical change. Or we can say all chemical changes are accompanied by a chemical reaction, and that is the name of our chapter, chemical reactions and equations. Okay, let's talk about the characteristics of this particular chemical change. How to identify whether the change is chemical or some another type of change. Here we have new substances are formed in the chemical changes. Of course, composition will change, composition of the substance will change. That means we are talking about the new substance. Next, chemical changes cannot be easily reversed, or we can say chemical changes are generally irreversible. You can't get back your food. You can't get back the original iron. That means these changes are not reversible generally. Okay. Now next we have a lot of heat is usually given off or absorbed during a chemical change. Now the interesting point is that in the chemical changes, Either the system released energy or the system absorbed some energy. Here system means what? We are talking about reactants and products. That means we are talking about the substances or matter that is involved in our chemical reaction. Okay, suppose if we are talking about burning of wood. During the burning process, a lot of heat is released during the process. That means exothermic. The word that we can use for release of heat is our exothermic, and the word that we can use for the absorption of heat is our endothermic. So in the chemical changes, a lot of heat is usually given off or absorbed during this particular change. Now another characteristic here we have is chemical composition of the substance will definitely change. The formula of the substance, the compound will completely change. For example, rusting of iron. Initially we have the iron metal. Now it will react with the water and oxygen to form a new substance, that is our iron oxide, Fe2O3.XH2O. This is the formula for rust. That means formation of new substance. Formula of the compound changes. So that is our chemical change. Easy. Okay, here we have the example, that is burning of candle. Now when candle burns, we are getting carbon dioxide. Along with the carbon dioxide, we are getting what? Water vapor. Initially, when we started to ignite the candle, no carbon dioxide were there, no water vapor were there. But now we are getting new substances, CO2, water vapor. Composition changes. Composition changes. That means we are talking about which change? Chemical change. So what we can conclude from this example, burning of candle is a chemical change. Sometimes we have to consider this particular example as physical as well as chemical. You can't say this is purely physical, but yes, we can say this is chemical as well as physical. How? This burning, actual burning is our chemical change. But can you observe melting of wax is also there? Some amount of wax used during the burning process and some amount of wax melted. So that melting of wax is actually a physical change. Only the state of the wax is changing over here. So yes, we can consider it as the physical as well as chemical change. Easy. Okay, let's talk about few more examples related to the chemical change. Here we have photosynthesis. Now photosynthesis is an example of chemical change. We all know why. Because in the presence of sunlight, carbon dioxide and water, photosynthesis process occurs and plants, we are talking about plants right now. So plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. That is important for human beings. So oxygen was not the reactant, was not the original substance. But at the end of the process, at the end of the change, we are getting this oxygen, new substance, formation of new substance. That means this is our chemical change. Okay, rotting of fruit. Now this rotted fruit can be used by us? Of course not, because this is poisonous, this is harmful, this is the new substance. Formation of new substance, that means we are talking about the chemical change. Okay, now next we have explosion of fireworks, Diwali, crackers, fireworks. So can you use this firework again after the explosion? Of course not. Once it gets ignited, that means a chemical change, formation of new substance, sound, light, energy evolved. That means this is a chemical change. You can't reverse this whole process, you can't reverse this reaction. Now next one is our blackening of silverware. Whenever we are talking about corrosion, corrosion is an example of chemical change. That blackening is a result of reaction between, if you are talking about silver, silver reacts with the hydrogen sulfide that is present in the atmosphere to form silver sulfide, the formation of new compound, chemical change. Easy. Okay. Now let's discuss what kind of question can come in your exam related to these types of changes. In which of the following the identity of initial substance remains unchanged? That means this question is actually asking about the option which is a physical change. Here we have curdling of milk. Can you get back our milk back? Of course not. Formation of new substance will be there. That is our curd. So this is our chemical change. Formation of crystals by the process of crystallization. Now, with the help of crystallization, we can get back our crystals. Now, for example, we have the sugar solution. We have the sugar crystals. Now, we are adding those sugar crystals into the water to make a sugar solution. Now, in that sugar solution, you can't observe those sugar crystals. Now, if you want them back, you can use the process of crystallization. Again, you will get back your sugar crystals. So this is again a physical change. No new substances forming over here. So yes, this is an example of physical change. Now what about the third one? Fermentation of grapes. New substance, chemical change. Digestion of food. We have already discussed this part. New substance, or we can say this is an example of chemical change. So for this particular question, we can say our correct answer is option number B.